Okay, well, it's around that time right here on KAZ Radio, where I have one of my most favorite shows, none other than Stella Girl Radio with Stella Lewis. Take it away, Stella.
Hello, Stella Starlights. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Listen, I'm so happy you guys are in here with me tonight because as I always say, you could have been someplace else. I know some of y'all looking at the Browns tonight. I know, I wish I could too, but I'd rather talk to you. I'm just so excited. Listen, I had this situation. And I just got so excited about because as y'all already know, the show is about relationships and relationships meaning anything. But tonight it is about our kings and queens getting together, not having the right conversations. As I was talking to one of my queen sisters a while ago, I have to say, girl, I thank you so very much. I thank you so very much. Listen, it is about the order of things. When she said that to me, I was like, I got to use that. I got to use that. So basically how this is going is, okay, king and queen meet. They fall in love. They decide that they want to do some things, but there are some prince and princesses involved, which means that they are still in school, still in their educational realm, and moving is not an option right now for them. So the king decides that he has to move into the queendom. The queen already has her queendom. Everything, all the rules are in place, the bylaws, everything is in place. Okay, so now they haven't really talked a lot about the different things, but they in love. They ready to do this here thing. Now, you made a decision to move in. How are you two going to rule? How are y'all gonna navigate? And how are you gonna make this your happy home? I had some people, that I affiliate with. And a lot of us single women have the thing of praying to God and asking him to bring you your king. Okay, I get that. Then when he brings you your king or your king walks into your life, you sort of kind of feel a certain type of way because he's trying to be a leader and you still talking about this my house, these my kids, you can't say nothing to them, you can't, this and the other. I've heard it several times from different guys and from the women. So it's like, it sounds to me then, you just basically want the king for the dean. Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Because it doesn't sound like you really want to have him in the house to be your mate and to run the kingdom. You have to understand that the conversation needs to start way before you even get to this part of wanting to share a roof. Whether you married, or checking or whatever it is that you're trying to do, when you are in that spot of feeling that this is what you want to do, that you want to share a roof, the conversation has to be had on how you are going to run the kingdom. We have to have these conversations. A lot of times it is really hard. I'm guilty. I am so guilty. This is one of the things, it wasn't that part on who was going to rule. It was more so of me, because my girls were grown, so I didn't have that issue. However, I didn't want to talk about finance. I didn't want to, it was like, it was my house. True enough, I was a homeowner, but at the same time, it's like, how do you really delve into how much money do you make? How much, what do you have to pay? That financial, those things. You have to know, there has to be transparency. There can't be after we get together and we decide to share this roof, that you are paying $500 and $600 a week in child support, but you told me that you're paying this right here, this amount. Well, it didn't include that. So now you're in a position of bringing nothing. So it's one of those things where you really, really, really have to know where you are. You have to trust your heart, and you have to trust that what you're saying is not that you're judging the person that's sitting in front of you. You want to know whether or not, can we go together? Can we grow the kingdom together? Can we be together and roll together peacefully? In other words. Then the other question is about the children. If you have children, whether they're young or teenagers or whatever, they still have feelings. You can't just shut them out. You can't just throw this person into their life without them growing to know who this person is. When you start putting people into your dwellings, your children don't necessarily know how that's supposed to be. So they're watching you. How are they going to know the order of things if you don't do the order of things? So if you decide that you are going to get together with this person, you guys need to spend a lot of time with each other to get, everybody gets to know everybody. Everybody knows the temperament. Everybody knows what's going on. Nobody's just saying, who is this? Or when was you gonna tell us that he was moving in? Not that, you don't have to ask their permission. It's not that at all. It's more so of giving them some type of comfort and safety, knowing that this is gonna happen, that they're okay with this person, they feel safe with this person, and you are including them into decisions that are being made. That's the best part, is when they feel included, then they start to respect the person. Not, here comes somebody that's interfering with our time, with our mom, and we don't get a chance to see her the way we used to. He all up in the mix, blah, 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 blah. And then here's the animosity. Here's the talk. My girls were grown, and I'm here to tell you, the conversation was this: there will not be any disrespect whatsoever up in here. If you don't disrespect me, you're not going to disrespect him. No, we love him, blah, 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 blah. Well, that's great. That's all good and been fine before we move in. Then when he get here, it's like, woo-hoo, wait a minute, hold on. But no, the conversation has to be made. Boundaries have to be met and drawn out before you start getting into these situations, because some situations, the queen of the queendom does not want to relinquish any of her power. And it's not that you are relinquishing your power, you are sharing the power. You are sharing the boundaries between you and your children and your mate. You ask God for this man to come into your life. What did you want from having him in your life? What is it? Did you just, as I said earlier, do you just want the king for the ding? Or do you want somebody to help you run the kingdom, to help you raise the prince and the princesses, and go forward in light, and happily ever after can be accomplished if you work together? It's supposed to be y'all against the world, not y'all against each other. You got to understand that. And I'm just a woman with an opinion. That's all I'm saying. I'm being transparent. I've done these things, and I've missed out on a lot of things and a lot of heartache because I didn't open my mouth. I just felt like I could do it all. I can do whatever's necessary. I can be. Yes, but it's not about me. It's about us. So at the same time, in those situations, I did not, how can I say, I was vulnerable. I didn't have confidence. I wasn't sure of myself. So I just did everything just because I felt that that's what I was supposed to do to make my husband's life easier. But in retrospect, it made it so hard because I didn't know what he wanted. For real, for real. He just, they, all three of them, yes, I had three. They just did what they wanted to do with no respect of what it was on what it was supposed to be like in being a husband and being the king of the castle and being a leader and trying to do the things that were necessary in each situation. So the other question I had, did did you, you know, in the finance talk, just like what I was saying about really doing the hard questions, because marriage and staying together is hard. But if you don't have the conversation, how can you feel safely in paying your bills and growing the money for the kids to go to school if they want to go to school, you know, go to college or whatever, to make sure that everything runs as smooth as possible? Yes, we have some alpha males out here that feel like they can pay every single thing and all they want you to do is be happy and blah, 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 blah. But what type of pressure does that give him when all he's thinking about is how I'm paying the mortgage? I got that. I got her car. I got my car. I got the insurance. I got this. I got that. Okay, so, but that's pressure. That's still pressure, whether you got it or not. If you get sick, if something happens to you, what we doing? How do I know what I need to pay? How do I know what I need to do? If you got it all and you doing it all and you're not sharing that information with me, what I supposed to do was if something happens to you? How am I supposed to make all of this be right? We have to work together, people. We have to get to that place of comfort of being able to have pillow talk. That this, you want to lay your head down and look in each other's eye and give each other long kisses and say, baby, you know what? This right here, this bill right here, I can really take this one if you want to. Do you want to relinquish that? Surrender that bill to me. I don't have a problem with paying that. Matter of fact, when we get ready to go to Cancun next weekend, yeah, it's already paid for. I took care of that. Let's go and have some fun. You got to surprise him too. You got to surprise him too. There's nothing wrong with sharing the load. He can't do it all. He says he can. He probably does it. But at the same time, you got to give him some type of encouragement, some type of rest, some type of comfort. You know, lay your head on my chest, lean on me a little bit. You know, what can I do for you? Don't get nasty. Because I can. But at the end of the day, the main part is just trying to know what it is so you have clarity in going forward. Nobody wants to walk down the aisle, go down to the Justice Center, just move in, and then end up with your heart broke on both sides. It's not just the woman always getting her heart broke. It's the dudes too. You walk in and she got 5 kids or she got 6 kids and you come in and you really trying to be daddy to them, but you got all this disrespect and she don't step up to the plate to stop them from being disrespectful, or either she decides that, no, you daddy, tell them what to do. Well, no, huh. How are we going to work together? It's not about just surrendering here. It's more so baby, let's. Can we? What are we going to do going forward? How can we make all of this work? Blended families ain't easy. Marriages isn't easy. But at the end of the day, it's all worth it if you have open communication and transparency. Transparency is something that's near and dear to my heart. I had to learn it because I was so afraid of opening my mouth and saying how I felt. I was hurt many, many, many times because I would not open my mouth. I just felt that if I just sat there and just did whatever he wanted me to do, everything would be okay. I was never okay. I was never okay. It was all about them. And so now, in being where I am today, it's more so of you knowing who I am, I'm knowing who you are. You come at me right, I come at you right. And eventually, maybe it'll grow into something, maybe it won't. But I can't lie to you. I can't lie to myself. So I done got to this point where I want to be. So the other thing is that I wanted to say is we can't expect what you don't know. So you don't want to talk about finance? Is that something that you're afraid of? Or you just think that that ain't something that ain't neither one of our businesses? Guess what? Don't move in with each other and don't get married. That's just real talk to me. If you cannot talk about finance, if either one of you makes the statement, that ain't none of your business. It ain't none of your business how much money I make. It ain't none of your business what my bills look like. Guess what? Y'all need to stay just where the heck y'all at, because you cannot go forward with that attitude and thinking that you're going to elevate to a whole nother level in order for you to evolve into almost a one nucleus type thing. You're a unit now. When you move into it and move in with each other and your family is all together, you are a unit. And that unit is as strong as its weakest link, and it is as weak as the water that pours out through a strainer if you cannot talk to each other about finance. I will never, never, ever make that error again in life, ever. Because when you feel that you cannot talk about it, that it's going to hurt somebody's feelings or they're going to be angry at you because of it, then they ain't forthcoming either. You need to know. You got to know. How can you build when you don't know how much money you got to put into the house? Don't the house rule? I'm just saying. Don't the house rule? Well, the other things that I wanted to talk about too is allowing your children to be disrespectful. You cannot allow your children to disrespect your mate. I don't care if they think he's stupid. I don't care if they think he's ugly. I don't care what they say. You cannot allow your children to disrespect your mate, because that's showing your mate that you care nothing about them, that you really never did trust them, and you're just allowing them, the children, to take over rule of the house. I'm just saying. If your child comes out their mouth and say something that is disrespectful, if they can't disrespect you, this person's coming in the house to help take care of them, to help keep the roof over their head. You gonna let them just say whatever they want? I'm sorry, I'm a woman with an opinion. It ain't happening. It's not happening. You cannot have a happy house. You cannot have a happy house with a disrespectful child talking to your mate. I don't care if they 5 or they 15 or they 25. You will not disrespect my mate. I don't care what you think. This my mate. This who I chose. We chose each other. We are here to be together, to go forward. We're not here to appease you. We're not here to make you happy. We're not here for your well-being. We are here because we fell in love. We are with each other and we are growing with each other. And if you want to be a part of this, you definitely have to keep your disrespectful mouth closed. It will not happen. You will be miserable. You will not last because that is just not it. That's just not it. You have to learn how to love one another. Point blank, period, dot. You have to learn how to communicate. You have to allow them a certain amount of spot to feel like they belong. But when you hear that edginess with them, no, we're not playing. What are you doing? Come here, let me talk to you for a minute. We need to do this because if we don't stop it, it will progress. It will progress into physical stuff, whether it's amongst themselves or the person that's being disrespectful sometimes will take it upon themselves to harm themselves. You know, whether it's drugs, whether it's cutting, whether it's pills, all these different things that they do. And then they go out here and act out. And then you wondering, what happened? You got to see it for what it is. Don't be afraid to put your foot down when it comes to your mate. And the same thing for your mate. Your mate should not disrespect. Your mate should not make your children feel afraid or demeaned, bullied, any of those things. So it's a two-way street. You in the middle. You're in the middle. If you're a single dad and you bringing in a chick, I'm sorry, you bringing the queen in the house, you bringing her in, and you got to watch it because she may got a sharp tongue. Hear your children, hear them. Same thing. It's the same way. It can go either way. It don't matter. Children should not be disrespectful, and your new mate should not be disrespecting your children. You got to set the boundaries. The line has to be drawn with a quickness. You can't wait till you move in and now you're trying to do all of this stuff. No, do the work. Do the work ahead of time. Do the work ahead of time. Then that way you got it all together. It's done. It's over with when y'all move in. Now we can talk about some happy stuff. We ain't got to do no work. The foundation is laid. Especially if he go in and he decided he want to sit down and talk to your children. He want to find out where their head is at. And then they can ask him where his head is at. Ooh, shoot. That's like awesome. That's like awesome. Y'all, let me tell you, I could go on with this one forever because I'm here to tell you, I've seen a lot of people and got a lot of stuff going on with that situation. But we're going to get started a little early tonight with our announcements because I'm here to tell you, I got a lot of announcements, y'all. First and foremost, I just want to let y'all know, I am still working on Business Mondays. Please, if you want to talk about your business, your organization, your, anything that you're doing right now, 30 minutes you got to yourself. We will tape and then we will air it. It will not be live. We will tape it and it will be aired. Please contact me in my inbox or go on Stella Girl Radio Podcast on Facebook and put in a comment. But I would prefer that you message me in Messenger. That's a whole lot easier. Stella Lewis. Also, it's fundraising time. You guys, schools are doing their things. People are doing stuff for the winter and Christmas thing. But It's prevalent for our nonprofits and any of our businesses in our schools to keep athletic things going and music or whatever. And so when someone asks you to order something from them, please do so, no matter how small it is. I don't care if you don't do nothing but buy a piece of candy. Whatever it is that they're selling, please participate, because people do need these things to go for in any of their activity, to keep their organization going. That's what fundraisers are for. And then the other thing, because every little bit helps. And check out Stella Girl Enterprise page on Facebook for a fundraiser for different organizations, schools, and groups and churches. I will be doing a fundraiser myself on Sunday, starting Sunday. It's a popcorn pump. I can't talk. Popcorn fundraiser. And basically what it does, you don't have to sign your name on a list and wait 4 months to get it. When you get the link, all you do is order your popcorn and it comes directly from the company. You pay for it and it comes. You don't have to wait, okay? The other thing, December 5th, Battle of the Collard Greens, certified chefs go head to head for their creativity with collard greens. Tickets are $40 per person. There's live music, door prizes, food, and food. This is gonna be at the Cleveland Urban Winery, 2180 Lee Road, Cleveland Heights, Ohio. To contact for tickets, the shoe lady, Sonia Ferreira, I never can say her name, 216-406-1264, or Aisha Cox for the CEO of On a Road. Y'all know I post her all the time, 216-858-6008. Also, Queen Charlie, she was on my show recently. She is a new Avon consultant. Now, if you know anything about direct marketing, you already know they get you right off the rip. You got to have 10 orders in 24 hours. Contact Miss Charlie, I can't say it, Queen Charlie. What is going on with me? Queen Charlie Randall. Inbox her or either put a message in Messenger so she can send you one of her links so you can order from her. I am so excited. One more thing that I want to say, February 12th. Yeah, we doing a funky pajama cabaret for Valentine's Day. Yes, we are. More information to come as it produces itself. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. You come in, you're gonna have dinner, live music, DJ. Then on top of that, we're at the hotel, so you can just stay at the hotel. We're gonna have rooms and everything. It's gonna be a cash bar. It's gonna be live, y'all. Y'all already know. I'm gonna show up and show out. You already know. So I just want to let you guys know, I thank y'all so very much. As you already know, my eyes are to see you, my ears are to hear you, my shoulders are for you to lean on, my arms are to hold you, my heart is to always to love you. Let me tell you, you guys, I always appreciate you for coming and hanging out with me. Always love one another. Good night.